Materialism. So, in our society, ever since we were, born pretty much, we have been bombarded with materialistic propaganda. At our, you know, youngest, most vulnerable stages of life, we've been taught that, what is mine, and no one else can have it. And, I have to have all the biggest and best things that companies produce to be happy. We're taught this ever since we're born. I gotta get that new action figure that I saw on a commercial, or I gotta get that new piece of technology because that will make me happy. I gotta get that new video game because it's the next best thing and everyone's gonna get it. Things like that. That's what we've grown up into. And this is carried with us into our adulthood for many of us. And we believe that the best things are the newest things, and that we must continually get the next best thing because we're materialistic. We need, more materials. And growing up in this society, I had that train of thought for the longest time. And I slowly but surely grew out of it. And I finally came to realize that it's just a way that corporations get money out of you. It's how they enslave you. It's legal slavery, basically. When you're indoctrinated at a very young age to believe in certain things, example, materialism, they can get you to value things you wouldn't normally value. For example, growing up, I always felt bad when I got presents and never used them. But I had to get that present, didn't I? Every kid had to get that present, and a majority of us didn't even use the presents we got. At least that was my experience. I got something in my mouth. Sorry about that. So, we got these games that we played a few times with our friends, we're talking 10, 20, 30 times, and then the next game came out, so we threw that game away. I mean, I don't throw my games away, but you get the idea. Never used it again, and I went to the next game that was put out with the same corporation, and so on and so forth. And growing up, we just have this idea that whatever's new is good, and that will make us happy. And, materialism even goes as far back to, like when you first got your bike, and you were told, you'll get all this freedom when you get to ride a bike, and go around the neighborhood all by yourself. It goes back to this materialistic point of view, that, you have to get certain things to be happy, like the bike. To be free, you must get the bike. See where this is going? So we're indoctrinated into this belief that, once we grow up to a certain age, we get certain freedoms. For example, a car. Once we grow up to a certain age and get our training done, we can ride in a car, and we get a license, a little plastic card with our picture on it, you know what I mean? That you have to pay like $20 for, and then you have to pay like a couple $1,000s for a new car, that's produced every year by companies. See where this is going? And then, once we're a little bit older, we can have a job, and we can make money, more materialistic items, and we can use that money to get more from these corporations. So, we're indoctrinated into this system, this dogma, this paradigm. We believe it. unfortunately. And we believe that's the way of life. That's the way everybody lives their life. They get their bike, they get that taste of freedom, and then they grow up a little bit more, they get that training, and then they can ride in their own car, and then they can get a job and make money, and oh, look at that freedom. When in actuality it's slavery, it's bondage. Think about it for a real second here. The bike was granted to you. The bike was given to you. It's a granted right. Okay? Before that very moment in time, you didn't have that right to ride that bike around your neighborhood. You weren't allowed to. That was a right granted to you. The car is the same way. We're always told, driving isn't a right, it's a privilege, right? Even though that's not even legally close. I suggest you read the Constitution, and I'm not talking the first 10 amendments, the Bill of Rights. There's a whole booklet of the Constitution that no one reads. You're never taught that in school because it has so many things that the government doesn't even follow. But that's a completely different video. We're not even getting into that. But basically, you are given this right, this privilege, that you have to pay money for, that you have to, you have to convince, your overseers, the people above you, that you're fit to drive, you're fit to go, you're fit to get that privilege, and the job is the same way. You have to convince people that you're ready to work, you're ready to make money, and it feeds into their system because the corporations are the ones you're buying the cars from, buying the bikes, buying everything from, and they're also the people you're working for. It's a vicious cycle. You see where this goes? Money is just paper. It's just fabric. It's nothing more. It has no value. And materialism is the same way. These items have no value to me. Because as I've grown up, I've seen through the BS, and I see that it's just a scheme to get you to be enslaved. That's why I don't care about working. That's why I don't care about a car. I don't care about these materialistic items, because it's just their way of getting you to be their slave, legally. So that's why I'm not materialistic. I live in the moment, I live now, and I enjoy life the way it is, without materials. I don't need anything to be happy. I just need my life. So, love you all. I'll see you later. Peace.